you feel the ground shake? That's the opening. And I went, and then he goes, no, it wasn't an earthquake. What you just experienced is a radical paradigm shift, a scientific reconsideration of the role of consciousness in the physical world. Major paradigms in science don't change very often. They prefer to sit around like curmudgeons who are custodians of conventional wisdom, scoffing at new ideas. But when those ideas do start to slide, confusion erupts. Experts bicker, and skeptics start to sweat. When the dust settles, a new paradigm takes place. Then what? Then we live in a new world. One of the consequences of this new world is that the esoteric practice of magic will emerge from the shadows where it has been quietly simmering for about 500 years. But this time, magic, sometimes spelled M-A-G-I-C-K, is to distinguish it from magic tricks, will be seen through the lens of science. Society taboos that long suppressed this natural capacity will begin to dissolve, and new light will shine on who we are and what we're capable of. This worldwide shift is so radical that when a stranger asks me what I do for a living, I've learned that there's some risk in admitting that I study magic. So I just say I'm a scientist. If asked what kind of scientist, I'll say it's a little complicated and offer them an answer via a puzzle. I'll describe where I've published articles, and then they can guess what I do. It's like a game show, but without the fabulous prizes. If they're open to this game, I'll say, well, I've published a few hundred articles in scientific journals, including Foundations of Physics, Frontiers in Human Neuroscience, Nature Translational Psychiatry. I've also served as a referee for 24 other journals, including Psychological Bulletin, Integrative Cancer Therapies, and Nature Scientific Reports. If they still haven't yawned, then I'll add that I've given about 800 invited presentations around the world, including universities like Harvard, Stanford, Princeton, Columbia, Cambridge, for U.S. governmental organizations like the Naval War College, the Naval Postgraduate School, the Army Special Operations Command, the National Academy of Sciences, for companies like Google and Merrick, and for government programs and agencies in Australia, India, and Malaysia. At this point, the listener thinks I'm either a genius or I'm completely full of it. If they're not backing away very slowly, I'll add that for over 2 decades, I've worked at a research institute founded by the 6th man to walk on the moon. Yes, the actual moon, not a soundstage in Hollywood. I also worked on a formally classified program charged with investigating exotic methods for gathering intelligence data. Then I'll ask, what do you think I do? The trick is, whatever they say, I'll say yes. That's it. They feel satisfied because everyone loves to solve a puzzle. And I feel relieved because I can avoid explaining what I do. I'm reluctant to say that I study magic and its close cousin, psychic phenomena, PSI for short, because I know that these topics topics conjure Hollywood stereotypes. Paranormal themed horror films have so thoroughly enchanted the modern mind that it's practically inconceivable that a scientist would take such phenomena seriously. And yet a majority of the general population, including a surprisingly large percentage of scientists, have had personal experiences that can best be described as magical or PSI. Unfortunately, the taboo about these topics is so powerful that we quickly learn not to talk about them. And we certainly don't chat about magic in the academic world unless it's about stage magic or why people believe in silly superstition. He has another book that's called Entangled Minds, based on entanglement, quantum entanglement, which Jesus talks about all through the Old and New Testament. It is astounding to me that I've read these books and have researched things as thoroughly as I think they can be researched. And I've had enlightenments from things. I've had experiences that nobody can explain. And yet when I need that information for reference, when I read what Einstein had to say about the quantum entanglement, all of those resources over the decades of my life that I have investigated comes to the immediate surface. So I have really had to put the brakes on with creating more journals and index cards and symbols. But that's part of the journey of being a researcher. And I've gotten to that part of my journey that says, as you need it, it will appear within you.
Yeah.
And it does. Like that. And he talks about that. And that he calls magic. So that's as far as I got. One day, sitting out here at the beach, because I had to digest all of this. I don't read things without digesting.
Right.
And I'm going, oh, Lord, is this magic? Every time I change my mind about my own patterns, that's magic, isn't it? Because my body was already going, ooh, 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 ooh. And I went, wow.
Yeah.
We are all magicians. The minute we change our mind, because people's mind, they think, is so pliable and stuck in the mud that this is the way my grandparents taught and this is the way I'm doing it, and I would have been known for this. Change your mind. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. That's magic. And when we see that as a kind of magic, the stuff this guy talks about, the submarines, I mean, this guy, he's all about the government stuff.
Yeah.
But he's all about magic.
Yeah.
And what the government has done and continues to do. What was it Gary said yesterday? You know?
Puts all those passions into one book.
Yeah. This book. It's amazing. It is amazing.
Huh. Yep. I'm definitely going to have to order one of those.
Yeah.
I knew it when I
Take
seen
a
the
picture.
cover. I did.
Oh, you did?
Because you sent me a picture.
Oh, yeah.
I saved it
Yeah, okay.
to my photos so that
Yeah.
I can
Because
find it.
it's a fabric that the mind weaves.
Yeah.
And it has such control. And they don't like it. But there's nothing they can do about it. just like Jesus said in the Old Testament, through all the old prophets and the old kings, in the Old and
about the
New Testament.
knitting.
And he says, the kingdom of God you carry within you.
Yeah.
You can go there and nobody can take it away from. I'm paraphrasing. Nobody can take it away from you because it resides within you.
Mhm.
So give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, but give to God what belongs to God.
Yeah.
So nobody knows.
No.
But they will know us, Christ says, Jesus says, by the things that we say and do. They will know us by how we live.
How many people would have been so careful how they worded what I said to Jojo
Exactly.
about that area?
They wouldn't have been. And you know that. But see,
And then it would have been bam.
I know. But look how already, because our intention is to emulate the whole, and instead of being the whole, being grandiose as ego thinks about it, it is a simple little opening in the fabric of the mind, in the parking lot,
Yeah.
between three senior citizens who are talking about the weather.
Yeah.
The fabric of the mind opens and presents itself
Yeah.
right there. And because I'm standing there going, oh my God, this is magic. I'm in the midst of it again. But I knew if I said it out loud, it would have broken the weaving that you were doing for her. And she needed it to be that way. Just like with some people, yeah, I need to swear when I'm with them because that's their vernacular.
Yeah.
And yet there were times that it was like, oh my God, you know how I started learning how to swear? I was 41 years old. I was
I'm
teaching.
sorry for laughing.
It's fine because it is so comical.
It's not a judgment.
I know that.
Okay.
I know that, honey. You are amused
Yeah.
by the process
Yeah.
of me processing,
Yeah.
and I find that delightful.
Okay.
So we're sitting at the dining room table, our formal dining room, because Gary, when he would come home from the office, wanted to sit in the formal dining room. So we're sitting in there with our children, who are also in high school. And we're eating. And I went, damn it! And they go, oh! And Gary goes, what is the matter with you? And I said, well, I've discovered something. And he goes, okay, and my kids are just looking at me. And I said, the more you're around people that swear, the more you will swear. I've never sworn before in my life. But I'm in student teaching right now. And I'm at a law enforcement facility. And that's all I hear is swearing. So that seems so acceptable to me. And they all three said in unison, well, it's not here with us. And I said, and I know this. And I'm thinking, oh shit, oh damn, oh crap. Just stop, Karen, just stop. I have a wonderful vocabulary. Use it. Yes. But that's when I started learning to swear, was being with those 18 to 21-year-olds who were prisoners. And it was so uncomfortable for them. They said, don't you ever swear? And I go, well, actually not. And yet here I am at my dining room table going, damn it. Yeah. So you become what you are around. That was my big lesson
Yeah.
from that.
That's so hard. That's one of the reasons
know.
why I don't want to go back there.
I know, but still, it's useful because when I sit with people, like that little group we had there at the room where you are at now for residency,
Yeah.
when I feel that my audience is starting to put clothing on me or a persona on me that is
The sun.
too, yeah, but not really, I don't need it. My neck is doing funny things.
Oh, you want to face me?
Yeah. I will go to the swearing world and I'll say something like, fuck me. And they'll go, oh.
Actually,